Welcome to Far From Eden, everybody. I want to share with you today a video that I saw last week. Fair warning, it reduced me to sobbing. It's quite brutal. This is a man who drove 3 hours to be able to talk to an basically a very, very pro-life woman. And she goes around all the campuses. Kristen, oh my goodness gracious. Of course. Sorry, my hair is attacking me again. Kristen, you guys know with MS, it just, my memory is terrible. And especially, this is such a sad story, so I'm not going to get hung up on those details. This is about Clementine. And this is about Clementine's father. And without me saying anything more, I just want to share this with you because this is a right that men don't have. They don't have the right. They don't have reproductive rights, let's say. It's not their choice. They are at the mercy of whatever choice the woman that they impregnate does, which is a good reason to be, to abstain. But this man does not need a lecture at this point in time. I worry about him. I worry about him a lot. So I'm just going to share this with you if you haven't seen it yet. If you have or haven't, please share it. Let's get this man's story out there so nobody else has to go through this, whether he or his daughter. Let's make sure this is on. There we go. Okay, guys. Let's go.
As my friend said, we drove quite a little bit to be here today. Before I get into my question, I just wanted to say my daughter's name is Clementine. She was 5 months along when she was aborted in New Jersey. My daughter was healthy. I begged her mother not to go through with the abortion. For 5 months, we went back and forth. I don't hate my ex. I love her. And I'm working on forgiving her. She was confused. She was uncertain. And she had doubts. Mike Tyson has doubts before he gets into a ring. This was an option, and she took that option, and she regrets it now. Why do you think, and this is just a thought that just came into my head, why do you think that people dehumanize my Clementine? Why wasn't she human enough for people to help me mourn? Why wasn't she human enough for people to talk about? My mother was given birth to prematurely at 5 months. My daughter was 5 months. I didn't get to say goodbye to my daughter. I didn't know about the abortion until after it happened. I begged her not to do the appointment. She told me that she canceled it. My daughter was 5 months and she was ripped apart. My daughter doesn't get a funeral. My daughter doesn't get respect. As my friend asked, yeah, medical testing on a healthy baby. Why? My girlfriend didn't pay for the abortion. The clinic did. How much money did they make off of my daughter's body? How many other babies did the doctor kill since she's been dead? This has been a month and 3 days. This happened March 12th and 13th. My daughter was conceived October 25th. She was supposed to be born July 20th. My daughter was a person. My daughter is an angel. And I pray for her every single day. I talk to her. I still feel like she's there. I feel like on July 20th, my daughter is going to be there. She doesn't get a funeral. I have her sonogram picture the first time I heard her heartbeat. And I bring this up to people and I say, well, she had a heartbeat. Wasn't she a person? And I'm being told she's a fetus, which, by the way, everybody, that's Latin for offspring. Okay? So I don't know why we're speaking Latin. I speak English. And my daughter not only matters, but I do not want my daughter to be forgotten. I want my daughter's story to be talked about. I want her to be remembered. She wasn't just a fetus. And yeah, maybe she was just a 10%, maybe. But she was a lot more than that for me. For 5 months, I'm told by my friends, I'm crying over somebody I never met before. I'm told by people, well, she wasn't even a person. She was just a fetus. She wasn't even a baby. She wasn't fully developed. My daughter was still growing. And my relationship with my daughter was going to grow for the rest of our lives. Why isn't my daughter human enough for people to care? Why isn't my daughter woman enough for her to have a body and for her to have a choice? My original question when I was coming up here was, can I see the clamps? I don't want to see the clamps no more. I've heard enough about it and I've seen the pictures. And yeah, the guy said Wi-Fi and Google search. You could Google what it looks like. It's out there. I did. I wouldn't recommend it. I still have nightmares. My daughter was going to be beautiful, but now I don't know where she is. I'm just so confused. I get it. I'm just a man. You know what I mean? But men, we're not supposed to have feelings. As a father, because I'm still a father. As a father, I'm just supposed to forget. I'm just supposed to move on. And I'm confused. So my question really isn't for you because you understand. My question is really for society. Why doesn't my daughter matter? Why wasn't she enough? Why didn't she get a chance to live? And ultimately, no, I'm not blaming my ex. She had doubt and she regrets it. Ultimately, this is our government's fault. We've stopped evil laws in the past in America, in Germany, and you guys know what I'm talking about. We came together and we stopped evil laws. This is an evil law that killed my daughter. Her mother did not kill her. Again, doctors like this man right here, you're not to blame. Thank you for doing what you're doing and thank you for speaking up because this is important. And not enough men care enough to speak up. So thank you. I hugged this man today. I don't know who did this to my daughter. I wish I could ask him, was my daughter beautiful? That's all I want to know. What did her face look like? My daughter matters. And I really hope that everybody remembers Clementine. And I hope you think about Clementine as much as I do. She is loved and she is not forgotten. And I hope that everybody can keep her memory alive too. Thank you.
Well, your daughter is beautiful. She's more beautiful than us because she's not here in this imperfect world. To answer your question bluntly as to why didn't Clementine matter enough? The answer is people don't want her to matter because they don't want to have to accept responsibility for their actions.
That is true. And Kristen goes on to respond a little longer, and it's a good response. But can there be enough? What can you say? What can you say? There is nothing you can say. I'm sorry. Now, I've gone back and forth about how he should or shouldn't feel about the mother. And ultimately, that is for him. I certainly would not be as generous as he is being. And maybe that's something I need to work on. But I bet you anything, there's more than just that guy. And there's certainly men that have had their children taken from them or alienated from them. It's just awful. This is awful. Clementine, July 20th. That's going to be Clementine Day for me. I'm going to remember it in honor of all of the other ones whose names I don't know. And in honor of this man who has a terrible pain that he will have forever. And I hope But he said, I don't know where she is. And that's very sad. And I don't know if that means he's not a believer or if he's just in his confused, grieving state. But I pray for him that he will come to know that she is quite safe in the loving arms of her Maker. So I wanted to share that with all of you guys. This is something else that men go through that nobody talks about and nobody cares about. And we should. So with that, take care of yourselves. Okay? I'll see you in the next one.